Alright, given that I don't think my last video worked so well that I recorded, I'm going to try to record another one and give you an update. It's been at least 2 weeks. What did I do? I stopped stretching, and it seemed that to an extent my back healed enough that it was started to become necessary to start stretching again. It's like 2 weeks I went without stretching. Also, as I came out of that stretching thing, I also started. Finally, I got to see a psychiatrist to possibly start testing some medications that um, might address any kind of unconscious connections, some stuff that I'm just not aware of. I tried, what was it? It was Abilify. I tried Abilify. I freaking hated it. I hated Abilify. It felt like it stripped anything. It took like every passion that I had for living away from me. It definitely altered my thinking, and it gave me kind of a lot of anxiety up in my chest. My arms would kind of feel numb after the first few hours, and I didn't want to go. Definitely didn't want to go on that long term. I hated every minute of being on it. Anyways, so then I think overall my back has been doing it's really mostly my hip now has been doing much better, except for the weird thing that happened the other night was that I took a Flexerol to go to bed early, and I noticed in the next morning that the like the way it felt in my back was very similar to about 3 weeks ago when I stopped stretching. Like, I started stretching it the next day, and it felt like I had subtly injured it. And which is interesting today as I stretch it. It feels very sore in I do this stretch right here. I do this stretch right here. Just simply going like that, and I can feel it. I can feel its tightness, right in there, which is not something I typically feel. And there's one other big evolution is in my back right here. Oh man, I right here. I don't know if you can see that. Right up in there. It just freaking tightened up like crazy over a period of 2 days, and I'm not sure if it's because at work I have to regularly raise my arm to move a mouse. I mean, it's not all day long, but sometimes it is all day long. So it kind of screws up your neutral positioning. Or if it was just because I was listening to the phone like this. So I stopped doing that. I listen to the phone like that when I have to do that, and yeah, it's super tightened up. So I don't know if that's because of the reasons I just gave, or because my back is getting better and things are loosening up, which for a long time, about a year ago, it kept doing that. Like, different areas would tighten up, but it's weird because like my SIDJ joint hurts right now. I've been sitting for only about a half an hour, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. And I definitely don't feel that when I'm at work very much. So there's my update. In a couple weeks, I got the big appointment with the osteopath. My general fear after reading this one essay, and I totally don't have it handy, but it's basically about diagnosing SIDJ, Socratic iliac joint dysfunction. It was published in, I think, 2010 or 2011, and it kind of gives a protocol to correctly diagnose SIDJ, starting with the least invasive techniques to the most invasive. And one thing that I learned from reading this is that I think anytime they start injecting anything into you, there's like something that can't be. It's invasive, and there's something that can't be undone. And so I don't know. I guess when I feel myself being functional, to some extent, though, I know that if I was to work out or do anything, it would probably screw everything up. I'm hesitant to, as of yet, go that direction, but yeah. What gives me hope is writing. I mean, if I dwell too long on this, it's pretty hopeless, but in other areas, I think that it's much more exciting.